Subscribe to my channel.
Okay, welcome guys. This is CodeWithTec and your #1 coding platform where we simplify complex coding logic for a beginner understanding. Okay, so guys, before we get into this our lesson, we will be looking at arrays in JavaScript. All right, now please subscribe guys, subscribe before we get into the lesson. Now talking about arrays, now what is an array? Now an array is a special variable that hold multiple value in a single container. Now we say an array is a special variable that hold multiple value in a single container. Now how does the array look within your JavaScript? Now looking at my code editor here, I have a HTML body plate here, and I have our strip tag here showing that we will be writing some JavaScript in there. Now let us work on our first array. We say let fruit, all right, let fruits this, and then we put this bracket. Now we need the bracket to stock in everything, almost like a container. We need to stock every necessary stuff that relating to fruit in this container. Now think about arrays like this. You go to a store and they tell you that this section of the store have this section of the store have fruit, or you enter a library and they tell you that this section of a library have science book, and they have another section that have mathematics book, they have another section that have books that relating to agriculture and so on. All right, now in here we have let fruit, and then we have our curly braces. Now we start to put in names of fruit within this container. Now here we say apple, we come here, distinguish it by comma, and we say here we say banana, here we say orange. All right, now we get out of this array and close it. Now we have created our first ever arrays. All right, we have created our first ever array. Now how can we know, or how can we work with this array? Now how can we store any data type? Take for instance, we want to store any data type, the maximum then in an array. Now our array have values. It takes in boolean value, it takes in integer, it takes so many other value. All right, now let's look at this place. We say let, now we say let mix, right? We call this mix as an array, and then we give it the first value saying this should be 20, and then the next value we give a string. After giving an integer, we give a string. We say hello, we come here, we say comma, and then we say false, and then we save this. Now within our second array we have mixed lot of data type. We are put in our integer, we are putting our string, and we are also put in our boolean. All right, now we want to start working with array. How can we interpret our array? Now if we start to count using our normal counting system, we will understand that apple here is the first array, banana is the second item within our array. Apple is the first item, banana is the second, and orange is the third. Now if we look at this, the first item, second, and this the third. But now whenever we are trying to count within our array, now we are not talking about counting the normal way. All right, now let's try to sort out this array and see what are some things. All right, how we can access element within our array. Now we want to say console. We want to say console.log. Now in this place we'll say fruit. Now after saying fruit, we will call the array 0. Okay, now after we call array 0 in this, when we say this, if we open this into the browser, we will find out that it will be apple. The reason it will be apple, our apple will be apple. This will be our desired apple. Why? Because our array start counting from 0, 1, 2. All right, now we have 3 different fruit in this our fruit array, but they cannot be classified as 3 different fruit. Rather, they cannot be classified as 1, 2, and 3. Rather, they can be classified or count as 0, 1, 2. Okay, now let's check our next array. We say console the log again. We say fruit, and then we come here, we say 1. All right, we close this. Our desired output here will be banana. Right, we come here, console the log again. We say fruit 2. All right, our desired output here will be orange. Now, if we want to miscode it or want to test it, all right, if we come down here, we can also comment this error. We say console dot log and say fruit, and then we call the value 3 here. Okay, and close this. Now, if we open this into our browser, now we check our inspect tools. We open the console log. Now, our first fruit here is what? Apple. Second fruit is banana, which is 1. Third is what? Orange. Now, for the fourth area where we pull areas 3, we are seeing undefined because there is no 3, there is no array in the third position. There is no item in the third position of our array. Right now, let us try something and see if we can put item in the third position of our array. Now, in the array fruit, we will put our third fruit. All right, the third fruit will say, we can say pineapple. All right, we'll say pineapple. Now, after saving it, one refresh this. If I come to refresh this, now we'll come here and add the command here between the array. We save it. If I come here and refresh this, now we have our third array saying pineapple. Okay, so guys, this is how we check through the array. Now, in our next video, we will be working on how to add value to the array, how to replace and sort other things within a array. We'll be checking the length of the arrays in the next video. We'll be pushing out into the array, popping into the arrays, and doing other things. So guys, thank you very much for staying tuned, and please subscribe to the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video where we'll be discussing more on arrays. Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Subscribe to my channel.